Assalamu alaikum dear friends. Welcome back to Top Lesson for You. I hope all of you are fine. Friends, as we are discussing about the structure of the cell membrane, right? So in the previous lecture I have talked many things and very much about the lipids which are present in your cell membrane, right? So we had said that cell membrane is a lipid bilayer, and in order to explain the cell membrane, I had also told you about all those three models which were presented in different ages, and in order to explain the structure of the cell membrane, right? So the most famous and the most acceptable model was the fluid mosaic model, right? Presented by Singer and Nicholson in 1972, and we had discussed that model, the fluid mosaic model. They said that cell membrane is a lipid bilayer in which some proteins are embedded and some proteins float on the surface, right? Look carefully once again. Fluid mosaic model says what? Fluid mosaic model. Fluid mosaic model says that cell membrane is a phospholipid bilayer. The first important thing, phospholipid bilayer. And I had explained these phospholipid bilayers, and we said that the outer lipids are different than the inner lipids, and we had also named all those outer lipids and the inner lipids, and there were also these naughty molecules. These are called the cholesterol molecules present throughout the cell membrane. What were their function? I had told you. They say that cell membrane is a phospholipid bilayer. Okay, we know that it is a phospholipid bilayer. So look carefully. This is the phospho, this is the phosphate, right? This is your phosphate, and here you have your lipids. These green are fatty acids. It means that they are lipids. So cell membrane is a phospholipid bilayer. Done. Then what? Then it is also made up of associated proteins, right? Associated proteins. It means then with these lipids, with these phospholipids, you have some proteins. And these proteins are of two types. Look, these proteins are of two types. Some proteins are embedded inside the cell membrane. Some proteins are, my dear friends, embedded. Done. And some proteins are not embedded, they are floating on surface. On surface of what? On surface of cell membrane. From inside and from outside. And this is my hand. This is a cell membrane. My hand is a cell membrane. Right? It is a phospholipid bilayer in which some proteins are embedded. So embedded means these proteins will cross the cell membrane and will connect the inner environment with the outer environment. This is called embedded protein. And some proteins will float on the surface from outside, and some proteins will float on the surface from inside. This is fluid mosaic model. What do they say? They say that cell membrane is a phospholipid bilayer, okay, in which some proteins are embedded, some proteins float on the surface from outside and from inside. So friends, we have discussed about the phospholipid layer. We know that. Now in this lecture we are going to discuss about these proteins. What are the proteins which are present in your cell membrane? Let's go for it. Yeah, so there are two groups of proteins found in your cell membrane. We are talking about proteins of your cell membrane. So there are two groups of proteins which are found in your cell membrane. The first group are called the integral proteins. Which proteins, friends? Integral proteins. And these proteins are also known as transmembrane proteins. Which proteins? Transmembrane proteins. Why are they called transmembrane? Because they cross the membrane Because as I showed you in my hand, because they cross the lipid bilayer and connect the inner environment of the cell to the outer environment of the cell. Right? So these are called transmembrane protein or integral proteins. And the second group of proteins that you have in your cell membrane are called the peripheral proteins. Peripheral proteins, or we simply call them as surface proteins. What do we call them? We call them surface proteins. And these surface proteins are of two types. They are of two types. Some surface proteins are attached to the cell membrane, right, to the surface of cell membrane from inside of the cell, and some proteins are attached to the outside. So the surface proteins will be of two types: the outside peripheral proteins and the inner peripheral proteins. I hope you got these important points, friends. Once again, let me tell you that if this is your phospholipid bilayer, right? This is your phospholipid bilayer, then some proteins will be present which will cross the phospholipid bilayer like this. You can see here. This is the integral protein. And some proteins will be present on the surface of the cell membrane from outside, and some proteins will be present on the surface of protein from inside. That is the real point. Let's go for the integral proteins first of all. Right? So let me discuss first of all these integral proteins. We will name them, we will draw them, and we will know their function here. Right, friends? So first of all, some integral proteins are called the adhesion proteins. Some integral proteins, let me write it here. First, I'm going to discuss about integral proteins. Integral proteins. So these integral proteins are those proteins which cross the cell membrane, which connect the outer environment to the inner environment of the cell. That is called the surface integral proteins. So you just consider that it is a cell, right? Like this. It's a cell, and we have enlarged this part of the cell membrane. So this is the outer environment, and this is the inner environment. You consider. So the integral proteins which are found in your cell membrane, the first group of proteins are called the adhesion proteins. Let me draw two small cells and then we will see. For friends, if this is one cell, right, and this is another cell. Clear? Done. Then there are some proteins which are integral. Look carefully, these are cell membranes. So look, here is a protein which have done the function that it is connecting both the cells together. Right? It's connecting both the cells together, and these proteins inside each cell are connected to other peripheral proteins, right? Look, like this. So they are holding both the cells together. They are holding both the cells together, right? So look, these proteins, if this is the blue color is the cell membrane, so you can see this red protein has crossed the cell membrane in and out, right? So we call this protein as integral protein. So the first group of integral proteins are called the adhesion proteins. Such proteins which hold two cells together, such proteins are called adhesion proteins. Right. So let me write their name. The first group of proteins that we have are called the adhesion proteins. Adhesion proteins. And the examples of each protein I will give you. The adhesion proteins, the examples of each are called the cadherins and ecadherins. You remember, okay, when we will discuss about the epithelial tissues, we will see there the ecadherins and cadherins proteins and desmosomes, right? So First, you have an example of adhesion proteins are called the integrins. What proteins? Integrin proteins. So integrins are the proteins which are integral proteins and which are present and connected two cells together. So these are called adhesion proteins. The next group of such proteins are called E-cadherins. E-cadherins and cadherins. Cadherins. These are the proteins which we will discuss inshallah, while we will discuss about the tissues, we will see them there. So such the first group of integral proteins or the adhesion proteins are called adhesion proteins. Okay, examples of which are here, right? I did give the example here also. Then the next group of proteins which are found in the cell membrane, which are the integral proteins, are called the cell gap junctions. Gap junction proteins or we will say junction proteins. Junction proteins. And these proteins, friends, are also your integral proteins. And how? Let us see here. Look, friends. If we have two cells here, one cell is this one and one cell is this one, right? You just consider that these are epithelial cells. Both the cells exchange different substances with each other through special proteins, right? Like this. So they have made a junction between the two cells. Right? And these are made up of proteins. These junctions are made up of proteins. And you know that this protein has crossed the cell membrane in and out. So this will be an integral protein. Right? So such type of proteins which make cell junctions between two cells, these are called the junction proteins, and the examples of these kind of proteins are called the desmosomes. Desmosomes. Right? And hemidesmosomes. We will discuss them while we are discussing about the tissues, inshallah, right? So hemidesmosomes. Right. That's all. The adhesion proteins we discussed here. The junction proteins are the integral proteins, right? Then let's move further forward and see the next group of proteins which are integral. The third one. The third group of proteins which are present are called the carrier proteins. Some proteins are carrier proteins. And what are these proteins? What do they do? Carrier proteins. These are such proteins. Look carefully, I will draw them here. Right. These are proteins like this. Right. They are sitting here. You can see they are crossing the lipid bilayer, right? They have crossed your lipid bilayer, so that's why we call them integral proteins. And their hands are outside like this, right? Their hands are outside. Whenever they take something from outside in their hand, right? So they make some transformational changes and they become like this. What did they do? They took something from outside the cell and released that to inside the cell, right? So they are carrying different substances from inside the cell to outside and from outside the cell to inside the cell. Such type of proteins are called carrier proteins. Once again, what are carrier proteins? Carrier proteins are the integral proteins which are present in your cell membrane, and these proteins are responsible to carry different substances from inside to outside the cell. They don't leave their position, friends, but only they make transformational changes in your bodies, right? So that they bring something from outside the cell to inside and from inside the cell to outside. Such group of proteins we call as integral proteins, and these are the carrier proteins, right? And the examples of these proteins are, for example, sodium potassium ATPase pumps, right? Sodium potassium ATPase. Or we just say the example of them are the pumps. Yeah, these are your carrier proteins. Done. This is the carrier protein. Then the next group of